नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं अमिताभ and you are watching the special episode of Ed Talk, which is scheduled specially on Saturday today for the special purpose of a launch of new web talk show series on the school times. Yes, friends, the wait is over. A word with the world is here for all of you to experience. Now, what is this whole concept and idea behind a word with a word? In our popular series where you are witnessing us right now, Ed Talks with Amitabh, we try to bring success stories, celebrities, social influencers, educational influencers, and get you connected to them so that we can learn and gain experience from their life and times and the creative ideas that they have been using for taking up an upliftment of a social cause. Now, while during this last 2 months, the digital and the virtual world has become so very active. There have been so many platforms where a lot of experts are coming and talking. Leaders of today are there and taking initiative to get an idea across. And in the meanwhile, my creative team got a lot of emails from our friends from different corners of the country and saying that, sir, we are hearing the experts, but then we need to have points of views to be taken up from different corners and different walks of life. And one of the very important and one of the major uh, mails that we have been getting from our friends were a lot of young friends. They said, sir, where is our voice? Do we matter? We want to talk about issues which affect us. And in the same light, that is the reason, a word with a word, we are beginning with a dialogue with the captains of the school. And as we are creating a global platform, we right now have representation from the captains, the students, the young minds, whom I would not refer as leaders of tomorrow because they are very much leading their generation even in today's date. And that is why they are leaders of today and they are going to be leaders on a wider platform tomorrow. And our launch episode of A Word with the World is giving voice to young leaders talk about issue that concern us. An issue in our launch episode, there is nothing more significant at the moment than the buzzword and much talked about a word with the world. And friends, I just got a message from my technical team that our live was only going on YouTube. It was not getting streamed on Facebook. We are just putting it, trying to sort things. Give me a minute. I think there is a technical glitch. All right, so we will try and I think we have a new show at the launch. It's got before I invite my guests to be here with us. Allow me to go live one. Let me just check and connect if it can be corrected right now. Right, we are all on YouTube. It is not going on Facebook. Friends, bear with us for the technical glitch. I'm just sorting things out, and we'll be stay connected, stay tuned. We are not logging out. We are not signing out. We are just trying to settle the Facebook live. All right, friends, back with you and back with our guests. We have the captain representative from Varanasi, Ananya Singh, representing W.H. Smith Memorial School from Varanasi, the city, the oldest surviving city of the world, Shiv Ki Nagari, Varanasi. We have Ankit Mondal from MC Kejriwal Vidyapeeth from Kolkata, known for the cultural heritage. And then we have Tannishtha Roy from TJIS Kanpur, the Jain International School, Kanpur. Welcome to Egg Talks with Amitabh for the launch episode of A Word with the World. How are you all in these few days of lockdown? Schools were going in online, and I would like each one of you to introduce yourself to our viewers, our audience, one by one. And I'll start with Tanishta Roy. Tanishta, can you please introduce yourself and your school?
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Tannishtha Roy, the school captain of the Jain International School in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. I'm very glad to be a part of the launch episode of The Word with the World. Thank you, sir, for inviting me. With the respect to the present scenario, our school has updated itself according to it. Within a very short span of time, like every year, we started the academic year from the 1st of April. And we never felt that we are going to experience a change in the system because it went so smoothly. And all the credit goes from the management, the teachers, the students, and also the parents. Like we all are working like one integrated team, and that is why it is going so smooth. And I'm very proud to say that our school is the first among other schools in the city to have started the online classes. And when I compare this day to the 1st of April, there is a huge improvement, and I'm very happy that the lockdown did not let us lock down our school activities. So I'm very happy
Okay.
with it. Thank you.
So your school building was locked down, not the activities, and you're very happy and positive about it. Thank you so much, Tanishta,
Yes.
for talking about it. We'll take up some issues on the new normal in a while. Let us try and get to know everyone. Ankit Mandal from MC Kejriwal, Kolkata. Ankit, may I please request you to introduce yourself and your school?
Good evening to everyone who has joined us here at this live session at A Word with the World. Thank you, sir, for letting me be a part of this platform. I am Ankit Mondal. I am the Vice Captain of MC Kejriwal Vidyapeeth, Kolkata, Howrah. And I'm part of an institution that believes in lifelong learning, that believes in adapting to the changes in the system as they present themselves, and also in returning something to the society, for the society has given us much. Well, since we are here to discuss about how this lockdown and how this pandemic has affected our education, I'd like to mention that the lockdown was announced on the 25th of March, and our school started online classes right after 1 week from the 2nd of April. And it
Okay.
was among the first of the schools in Kolkata. Just like it was the case with Tanishta, the same here. And I too am very happy that our school has been so proactive in this matter. And not just online classes, our school has taken steps to ensure that social awareness programs keep going at their usual schedule online, and then events like Mother's Day and Ravindra Jayanti are celebrated online. So I'm just proud to be part of an institution that is so proactive and has taken
So
such.
good to hear that, Ankit, that your school was so proactive that it did not lose any time to initiate the online classes. So you people didn't have much loss of academic curriculum coverage time. So that's very, very heartening to hear that. Thank you for sharing it. And you also mentioned that your school has been taking and doing a lot of co-curriculars as well. Ravindra Jayanti and other functions and celebrations were going on. So it's not just that the syllabus completion is the focus, but other activities for enlightenment are also in progress. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure Tanishta and Ankit, your experiences have been fairly positive. Ananya, uh, you come from the city of which is known for its religious reasons and spirituality, and it has the blessing of Lord Shiva, as people say. Now, what is I would like you to introduce yourself and your school and how things have been going on there.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to all the viewers. This is Ananya Singh, Academic Captain from William Henry Smith Memorial School, Varanasi. I feel extremely privileged to be a part of A Word with the World series, and I'd like to thank Amitabh sir and my honorable principal ma'am, Dr. Anita Day, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to be a part of this healthy discussion. Our school has been established in the year 1958 and is the oldest English medium school in the city, Varanasi. I take immense pride in saying that our school has never spent its time and a single penny on advertisement. It has always focused on imparting holistic education and inculcating moral values in its students and focusing on developing their overall personality. And I'd like to mention that our school has also started the online teaching classes and thus has not failed to follow its motto, onward and upright, even during the lockdown.
All right, thank you so much. So, I can see from what you people are saying that the experience in each of these locations, in Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur, in Varanasi, in West Bengal, in Kolkata, three different corners of the country, and all of you are saying that your experience with the online education has gone very, very positive. So now let's initiate our theme for the day today, and that is the new normal. There is a buzzword. So many people who are talking about the online classes, whether the online classes are effective or they are not effective, whether they are needed, whether they are not needed. Almost the whole world has gone virtual in last 2 months, and I think everyone has tried to reinvent themselves uh, in every sphere and every aspect of their life. Now, my question to you all is that let me do you think there is going to be a new normal, or do you think it's going to be the same as before once the lockdown gets over and the schools open, industries open, and everything opens up? Uh, it will be like Raat Gayi, Baat Gayi, and we'll be back to the old normal rather than the new normal. So, what is your take and call on that? And Ankit, giving you the privilege of being the your initiate your opinion sharing on this. Do you think there will be a new normal, or you think it's going to be back to old normal?
Well, personally, I feel that this pandemic was in a way the stage that the stage that humanity needed in order to move forward, in order to change from one era to the next era, to the futuristic era. So for the past few years, humanity probably felt the effects of the industrial age, but right now we are going to enter another age. What that will bring is what we will see later. And I
right,
do believe that we will not revert to what was normal 2 years back,
right,
because we do not have a choice. We cannot revert back to the normal.
right.
And about education, this the benefits of online education are huge, and everyone has felt that during these 2 months. And I'm sure that this online education platform will not be completely done away with even after this lockdown is removed, because
Right.
I know it's important that offline education continues, because discipline and other factors also contribute a lot to our education. It's an integral part of our education. But
All right.
when offline classes continue, online classes should go on, so that this education can reach everyone all the time, and that
So,
is hindered at
Ankit, I gather that your opinion about the whole scenario at the moment is that yes, it is not going to be the old normal. There is going to be a change. You anticipate a beginning of a new era, and you feel that as a school captain, as a school leader, school part of the school representative council, student council, you feel that there will be, like the weightage which was given to science, commerce, even there is going to be a shift, and maybe greater balancing will take place. Humanities may get more popularity, and so there will be perspective shift that is going to come. You also feel that online and offline education, you feel that we need in school experience, but then online classes should continue, is what you feel.
exactly.
All right.
That's my point.
So that's a very interesting take from Kolkata. Let us get to Varanasi to go, because if I travel from Calcutta to Kanpur, Varanasi is midway. So I would like to take Ananya's call on. Ananya, do you think there is going to be new normal? And if yes, then how it is going to look like? If no, then why do you think there is going to be no new normal?
Okay, so online learning has emerged out as a panpharmacon for this corona catastrophe, and it is definitely being seen as a new prototype for the online education system. So, although it might be really early to predict, but in my opinion, online learning will have a massive impact on the education system, and it is definitely a harbinger to the arrival of new normal. So I think online learning will persist, like Ankit said, and yes,
All right.
that's
So you
yeah.
think that there will be a new normal, and online education is there to stay in this new normal context. All right.
Yes.
Tanisha, you heard Ankit and Ananya both giving their point of view on whether there will be new normal, or there will be no new normal. We'll go back to the old normal routine once everything becomes normal. Now, my I would like to share your opinion whether you think there will be new normal. Again, the same question as I asked Ananya, that what will it look like, and uh, if you think there will be new normal.
I completely agree with both of them. There will be a new normal because things are not going to be as it was before. Because people will get more conscious about their hygiene. Teachers, students, I think it's risk for every one of us because it's something that we cannot detect very easily. So I feel there will be more consciousness towards hygiene, Especially teachers will have to focus on students' hygiene, particularly, especially students of the pre-primary who are completely oblivious about what is going on. Because
Right.
they're children, and there are many students like of classes 6th, 7th, that age group, who always have a play mind. Even though they are conscious, teachers have the responsibility of controlling themselves, because at times we also lose self-control
Right.
because of
Right.
the play mind we have. So I think everybody will become more conscious, and like for example, if I take the risk of a teacher, like let us assume there are 20 students in the class, and 20 students come from 20 different places in the city itself. The teacher is completely oblivious of the fact that
Uh, we
Yes,
just
yes.
dropped the signal for signals, and we lost her voice. Friends, Tanishta was making very important point in addition to what Ankit and Ananya has said, that in the new normal, besides
Mm.
the online process, there's going to be a lot of behavioral shift that is going to take place. She is highlighting and pointing that there's going to be a lot more
from
emphasis
where
that
are they
is going
coming,
to
or
come.
if they
All right. Tanisha is trying to get the connection back. I was just summarizing her points of emphasis. She is emphasizing that there is going to be what you call as a behavioral shift, and there's going to be a lot more uh, uh, behavioral control that people will be exercising. Teachers will be required to go in for what you call as uh, focus on hygiene, care, security. A lot of those issues are going to come up. Uh, Tanisha, while you were logged out from the scene, for us, we have.
yeah.
Uh, I have just summarized your point for everybody's benefit, where I've emphasized that your take is there's going to be a behavioral shift. Hygiene is going to be the point of focus. Self control is going to be the order of the day, because Corona, we still do not have a vaccine or a cure which is uh, found out. Researchers are working on it. So the order of the day will be self control. Any point that you missed out because of the weak signal, you can add to it before we take the discussion further.
That was my conclusion, that we'll be more attentive towards our hygiene, more time would be given to that, and we'll experience a new environment in the school, like not like that we were before. That's what I would like to conclude.
All right. Friends, what I could see, two, three factors which, from three of your opinion, comes out very clearly. A, there will be a new normal. B, the new normal has a big space for digital and virtual reality. Your virtual world is now part of our reality. It is no more just a virtual reality, because last 2 months we've been just living that, and both of you, all three of you, feel that that is going to stay there for us. Yeah, that is the another point. The other point, you people are saying that there will be a there will be a behavior shift, plus there will also be a need for that behavioral shift and self control, keeping the hygiene factors in mind. Now, this brings me to a conclusion also in the education sector, that schools are going to have uh, online as well as offline, both the mode of operation for all of us, right? So that is where there is a debate which is going in this, in the parent circle, in the more mature people like me and others who claim to be, knowing it all. But then you are the users of these services. Uh, आप लोग इस ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन को यूज कर रहे हैं, हर चीज के प्लस माइनस है, राइट? बहुत सारे लोगों का कहना है, there has been a in media, in the social spectrum, there are a lot of people who are saying ki this online education is an eye wash. It is done more to keep people what I call as to show that we are doing something, rather than doing something really essentially relevant for the students. There is a there are a lot of voice which is coming up. Ki, parents are saying that this is just a gimmick, and there is actually no learning taking place. I would like each of you to share your opinion. Is it a gimmick, online education, or is it actually helping you in the whole process? And this time I would like to start from Ananya. Ananya, what is your take on it?
I do not think that online learning is a gimmick at all. Like the entire country is in a shutdown, and we all are caged inside our houses, and we aren't allowed to leave the safety of our roof. So definitely, online classes have helped us a lot. I mean, we have covered so many portions of our syllabus, and that's really good because whenever we get back to our schools, teachers won't have the time to revise all the concepts and chapters all over again. So, and obviously, exams would be looming just around the corners. So, it has definitely benefited us a lot, and our consistency in studies has been maintained really well because teachers are taking small tests as well, and the flow of study is really maintained. So we are grateful for getting online classes at least because we do not have any other alternative. So it's
Right?
not a gimmick. It's really not a gimmick. It's really beneficial for all the
Is
students.
beneficial for you, and you. Ananya says that we were in a lockdown, and if we wait for this lockdown and actually the time when we will get to the school, it'll be too late to pick up. And the online education has ensured that the rhythm of education is not lost, and the teachers and the schools have taken the initiative to reach out and take the education to their doors, to your doors, to ensure that continuity of learning. So you find it relevant, useful, and ensuring that the rhythm is maintained. That is Ananya Singh from W.H. Smith Memorial School from Varanasi. Tanisha, that is Ananya's take. What is your experience personally? You must be talking to some of your friends and all. So, what is the kind of voice of students have, whether online education is useful, relevant, irrelevant?
Excuse me.
I completely agree with Ananya. Online education system is the need of the hour because, like she said, that when we get back to school, teachers will not have to revise everything. In our school, we have tests going on. We also take we had class tests in school. Now teachers are working day and night to help students take online tests, and in this way, assessment, learning, everything is going on. Another thing I feel is if there was no online education system, like a segment of people are protesting against it, then even though children would have used their phones for non-productive things, like that was completely useless for them. Instead of that, they could use their use the technology for something fruitful, for something that is productive. So if they could use their mobile phones for studying, I don't think so there's any harm in it because even then children would have used. Every corner of the world, there's internet, everybody's having their smartphones. So I feel it is the need of the hour and it is important.
All right. Thank you so much for your take on this, Tanishta. Listening to you reminded me a line of a song. ये ना होता तो कोई दूसरा गम होना था, ये हुआ वही जो होना था. And I totally agree with you that what your take is that online education is definitely relevant and useful, and it is helping you continue your education. Even the online assessments and all are helping you gauge what you have learned and what you have not learned. That's what you pointed out. That's what is happening in your school and the people that you are in touch with. And you also made a very significant point, and viewers, I would like you to understand and see that why am I calling them not just young leaders of their schools, but I'm calling them leaders of today and leaders of tomorrow, because they do have a point of view. And that point of view is the point of view of a person about whom rest of the world is talking. And now here they have a voice to express what they feel about the whole thing, and let us take their point of view and let us make it count. And Tanishta has brought in a very significant point here when she said that all this debate about people saying that whether the screen time itna zyada computer ke samne ya mobile ke usage, she is being candid and she says मोबाइल तो हम स्टूडेंट्स वैसे भी यूज करते ही हैं, इंटरनेट पे हम वैसे भी काफी वक्त बिताते ही हैं. एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई यूज द लाइन ऑफ दैट सॉन्ग, ये ना होता तो कोई दूसरा गम होना था. हमें the technology usage for middle school and the senior school was very much there, and even the younger school, the kids are now getting more familiar and adapted to it. So she says that if, think of it, if online education wouldn't have been continued by schools and all of the students would have been confined in the house, not getting the opportunity to go in the playgrounds either, what would have happened in that case? A lot of unproductive screen time would have been there. By the fact that the schools have started the online education, either through computer, tab, or the mobile phone, there is a more productive utilization of the screen time. Friends, you were listening to Tanishta Roy, representing the Student Council of the Jain International School, Kanpur. Ankit, you've been hearing all the point of view that Tanishta and Ananya has shared. What is your take on it? You think it is a problem, or you think no? Your point of view is aligned to what the other two captains talked about?
Yes, I completely agree with both of them. And I know many people will have various opinion about this topic, but those of us who are on the receiving end of online education know better. We know how much this has helped us. And
Right.
being a part of a classroom, I know how much time of a class is spent towards ensuring discipline and ensuring everybody pays attention. But
Right.
when we are on this online education platform, every second of the time we spend online is used only for one purpose, and that is education. And I
Right.
completely agree with Tanishta that anyway, the young generation has always been spending a huge amount of time online, spending a significant part of that time on an online education platform is something the world should be happy about. And we should be happy that we have been using infrastructure so well for enriching ourselves. And there has been, as a student myself who is preparing for the entrance examinations, I feel there's a huge amount of time that I have left for my own personal studies, self-study. So that increases my understanding of every concept. That helps me better educate myself. And so it's not true that online education is a
Okay.
gimmick.
So
It's a blessing.
you are endorsing the same point of view that online education is productive, and it may be a small segment of people who have right to your opinion, but as a user of online education, you, all three of you, are in alignment, and you think it has served a great purpose on account of continuing education and learning, as well as on account of ensuring good utilization, productive utilization of the time while being in a lockdown. Right? So this brings me to a point that what do you think? Let us also see. Do you think schools are going to open in the near future? Do you think your parents are ready to send you to school? Do you think, and if so, what do you think is going to be the mindset now that the lockdown is getting over in a phase-wise manner? Schools also are getting the guidelines for restarting. There are talk of board exam, the incomplete, those who were remaining papers will now be the first step when first sign of schools being opened back towards normalcy. So, what is your call on that and on this perspective? And here, I would like Tanishta to initiate the point of view.
Sir, actually, I'm very sorry. I couldn't hear the last question of yours. Could you please
I
repeat?
repeat
I had
for
some
your
internet
benefit, Tanishta.
connectivity problem.
I repeat it for you. और जहाँ तक कनेक्टिविटी का सवाल है, इस समय सब लोग इतना ज्यादा इंटरनेट यूज कर रहे हैं, इसलिए बड़े बड़े शहरों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहेंगी. And I'm sure all the viewers who are there watching us, they will also understand that we are working against the odds, and you all are having a point of view to share. So, Tanishta, I'm repeating the question for your benefit. कि अब schools खुलने की बात हो रही. There is a talk of the first sign of school reopening will be your what you call the remaining exams, the papers, the board exams which were not completed. That would be the first sign of real opening of the schools, right? So आप लोगों को क्या लगता है? What do you people feel? Is it time for the schools to reopen? You think there is some more time to be taken before schools will reopen? आपके घरों में बातें हो रही होंगी. Your parents must be talking कि स्कूल खुलेगा तो हम भेजेंगे नहीं भेजेंगे. What is the perspective? What is the discussion that is going on at home in the social environment around you and in your friend circle? So, Tanisha, could you hear my question now?
Uh,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Personally, I feel that like many of my friends who had their papers remaining, who also dream of going to study abroad and study abroad for the future. And there are many students who are stuck with their board exams also. There's a huge lot of problem here. There's a question mark on our future about what we are going to do or how much time are we going to take. So we are in a very difficult situation, and the social environment is also making it more difficult, to be very honest. Everybody discussing about the coronavirus pandemic, about what is going to happen, what not is going to happen. It brings on pressure on every one of us, because we always aspire to dream big. We always aspire to dream big, and when that comes into a question mark, our dreams also come into a question mark. So it becomes a very big problem. As far as the board exams are concerned, I think like we shouldn't risk our lives also, but at the same time we shouldn't risk our dreams also. So there should be a point of time when we all we can maintain a balance, we can maintain hygiene and go and give papers. But there must be something alternative that has to be thought about by the higher authorities, by the conduct exam, those organizations which conduct exams. I think they should think a bit more about it, because if we have our papers just now, because the numbers are increasing exponentially, to be very honest,
Right.
they're increasing exponentially, and I think it shouldn't happen just now, but give some time to it, and
Right.
that's what I feel. Yeah.
Okay. That's so. Tanishta has been a little diplomatic while responding to this. That she feels that She talks about if the schools don't open, it affects our dreams. If the schools open and start, it affects our health conditions. And she thinks that the authorities, the government, and the uh, governing bodies of the schools may have to think of some method and a model workout ways and for ensuring safety. Tanish, I'll take others' point of view, but then I would also like to say, as you quite rightly said, things are growing exponentially, and the challenges are growing, and we should only take steps when we are 100% sure about things, and that is how things will happen. And yes, if the government is taking a call, there must be some well thought of reason behind it. We need to adhere to that and go with the government and the guidelines by the appropriate authority in that direction. Uh, Ankit, what is your take on it? Schools खुल रहे हैं, खुलेंगे, कब खुलेंगे, खुलने चाहिए. Your board exams जो बचे हुए हैं, a lot of your friends would be appearing for their remaining papers. If the council, IC council or CBSE or state board bodies decide to initiate those exams, I would like to know that what is your take on it?
So I've been in touch with many of my seniors who some of whom have not even completed their board exams. Some one or two of the board exams are left, and they have been quite tense for the last 2 months when they did not know whether they were going to have exams or not in this year, whether it's going to be postponed. And when the dates were announced, they were quite relieved. And I believe that it is time for these exams to be taken. You cannot postpone anything forever, and especially when it's about the future of one entire batch of students. And
Right.
when the question comes to starting regular classes for every student, I feel that that can wait for a little longer, because when you are housing 52 students in every classroom, it becomes a little difficult for a teacher to maintain social distancing and to ensure that everyone is using sanitizers before eating and such stuff. And I feel that it's time to start taking exams one by one. And as we keep taking exams, we'll get more time to think and get more time to devise better options. And then probably by the month of September, by the end of the year, we'll be able to set up the suitable infrastructure required to start
Right.
offline classes for every class.
All right. That is an interesting call, an interesting take. Ankit feels that as the government is taking and the council and the governing bodies, school affiliating bodies are taking a call of initiating the remaining papers for the board exams of class 12s. That will also be the first phase of reopening, and that will give us little time to understand how things are shaping up, and we may get little better prepared, and accordingly a call can be taken. And Ankit also feels that Ananya, while he was talking, he says that uh, it can open in a phased wise manner, not for all students together. He feels that starting the school for everyone, we are talking about social distancing. Uh, the challenge is when the school opens, can we, youngsters, the students, really maintain the social distance? And that is the challenge which is there, to which Ankit feels that there should be a phased wise opening. Not, it should not open for everyone, maybe for some senior classes, and then middle, and then accordingly make an assessment and go for opening of the school accordingly. That is what Ankit's call is on this. Ananya, what is your opinion? You've heard Tanishta and Ankit both on this.
So the lockdown has not killed the virus and was never going to. And we have to learn to live with COVID 19. And therefore, the schools have to reopen sooner or later, because clearly the government would not want to make the current difficulties an obstruction in our career paths. They would not like to fail our dreams and aspirations. And
Right.
although the parents would be a tad bit, reluctant to send us back to schools, but
Right.
the government has to promise some necessary precautions for COVID-19, right? Because the schools in South Korea and UK have opened, they have reopened, and therefore India should also needs to move on as well. Like Ankit said, that we cannot postpone in something forever. Therefore, the school needs to definitely they need to reopen with
All
necessary
right.
precautions, of course. Yes.
All right. So you all feel that schools would gradually open, but in a phase-wise manner, and the starting of the exams may give sufficient time to make a review of how things can be handled, and accordingly it can move on and can be taken forward. Now, before we go on further, I think there are a lot of people right now watching us live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And friends, before we take our further discussion, friends, you are right now watching launch of a word with the words on Ed Talks with Amitabh. Ed Talks with Amitabh will continue to be broadcasted featuring celebrities, success stories, and social and educational influences every Monday, 4 p.m. From this Saturday onwards, we are going to have every Saturday, 4 p.m., we are going to have a word with a word. And today's episode, the launch episode of A Word with the Word, is sponsored by HLS India, Human Learning Systems India, an organization operating pan India for training, counseling, and consulting. We are very thankful to HLS India for taking the lead for sponsoring the same. I am also watching at the moment, there's uh, Mrs. Anita Pauline Day, who have commented because she's aware, she's the leader from W. Smith Memorial School, and complementing the genesis of this program. I would like my three panelists also to know about it, and all the viewers. The idea of a word with the word is conceptualized by a young student of Sushila Birla Girls School in Calcutta, who is in standard 9. Her name is Aradhya Mohan, that is my daughter. And she said, Dad, you are into so many webinars and various programs. Where is our voice? And you will not take all the students and youngsters. Is there a platform where we can also come and represent our voice? And that is the genesis. And that is why, of course, A Word with a Word is not limited just to schools and the captains. It will have people from every walk of life. But then this platform takes up issues and gets into a dialogue with people who matter, issue to whom it concerns. And right now, when we are talking about the new order, we are talking about the new normal. It matters to you because in the education sector, the new normal is going to affect all the students, and hence the launch with the captains of the school from across the country. We will also invite more captains in a few more episodes and take up various issues of relevance. At this point of time, before we take our conversation further, I would also like to encourage my viewers and audience right now. You are watching Ananya Singh of W. Smith Memorial, Varanasi. You are watching Ankit Mondal, MC Kejriwal, Vidyapeeth from Havra, Kolkata. Tannishtha Roy from the Jain International School, Kanpur. And I'm sure you will agree, we should not take them lightly because they have a voice and they have a mind of their own. Chota bacha jaan ke humko na samjhana re. They have a point of view and they say we are the stakeholders and please listen to us as well. So audience and viewers, please do not hesitate if at any point of time you want uh, any of them to respond to any perspective or a question. We will choose and select questions and try and incorporate that if time allows and permits, and if you have questions and queries. Do not hesitate. You have confident captains sitting here, and they can respond to your queries. They can take the responsibility of the statements they make. So, Ananya, Ankit, and Tanishta, it's really been a pleasure talking to you all in this whole perspective, getting to hear. Now, I would like to understand that when we talk about, you all have been very positive about online education. आप लोग आप लोगों का मानना है कि ज्यादातर स्टूडेंट्स दे मे बी some detractors always, कुछ लोग हमेशा होंगे who are critical about things. So, but then you feel that generally that is the perception. Now, my question to you is, online education caters to syllabus, or is it catering to anything beyond syllabus to your personality as well? Are your schools doing something, or you are experiencing something that is contributing to other areas of that school experience helps us with, which we are actually not getting in the school at the moment? So, Ananya, what is your take on that?
So, can you please repeat your query?
ये जो online education है, this is catering to our syllabus needs. Syllabus is getting completed, academics is getting completed. But the school is, when we go to a school, when we gain experience, there's so many other things that we get benefited. Our personality gets different kind of exposure. So what is your opinion? Is it only catering to syllabus, the online education? Or is it helping you and other students in any other way, which is helping your psychologically, in your personality? Is your school taking initiative, or whatever is happening? So what is your experience with that?
So, apart from completing the syllabus, our school has continued to impart moral values as it always has been doing, and it is imparting holistic education, and it is inspiring us to stay motivated and organized during lockdown. It is telling us the ways to stay more disciplined. It is asking us to follow timetables diligently. So yes, and it is definitely breaking our monotony because our school has also introduced yoga and meditation sessions during the classes. So definitely we are being benefited by that.
All right. So school is not just catering to the syllabus. School is making an attempt to cater to other needs as well in whatever best way they can do, given the limitations. Right. Great. And before we go on to taking more opinion from Ankit and Tanishta, I would like to acknowledge presence of Mr. Kishan Kumar Kejriwal. I just saw his comment appreciating all three of you, that it is very heartening to see the leaders of today and tomorrow making that impact. And I would also like to acknowledge right now presence of Mr. Kapil Agarwal, Managing Trustee of the Jain International School, Kanpur. He also has expressed his pride in all three of you, the way you are taking up and expressing your opinion to the whole world. So friends, let's have a word with Ankit. What is your opinion on the query that I just raised, Ankit?
So I've already mentioned that our school, given the limitations of the online infrastructure that we have, our school has always been trying to do its best in imparting education beyond the syllabus. Like I said, we are conducting events like Mother's Day and Ravindra Jayanti online, and we are collaborating on making videos that promote social awareness about the coronavirus epidemic. And that's the way forward. I feel that's the way forward. That it's just 2 months, and we have tried our best in doing whatever we can in spreading awareness, in spreading education to our students beyond the syllabus. But there's a lot more that can be done, and we are working on it. We are trying to find out those solutions. So
right.
that I feel
So
that
there is an effort to cater to other dimensions of life as well, and just been 1.5 to 2 months, and in that that's a very short time. But then the schools have really evolved to cater to the needs, and you feel that there are other dimensions which you mentioned earlier also is being taken care of as well. So it is, schools are not focusing just on the syllabus, they are trying to work on your other aspects as well. Before I go on to take Tanishta's opinion, I could see that there's a lovely message flash for all three of you from Indrani Guha, and I would like to acknowledge her presence. As I noticed, there may be many others I may have missed, but then Indrani Guha ji is a principal of a school in Dahanu, spread over Dahanu, and which is in Maharashtra, the border of Maharashtra and Gujarat, where she is heading a school, very innovative and a creative school there. And Indrani ji writes for all of you, though she is not connected to any one of you, but then she is feeling that you are doing a great job. Lovely to hear them, bright kids. You are leaders in school at this time when there is uncertainty regarding reopening of the school. What is the leadership role that the school captains can undertake to help bridge the gap between the schools and home? So I'm going to take Indrani ji's query in a while she appreciates your confidence and your communication. She also has a question to ask. Principal is asking the captains a question. But before we go on to that, Tanishta, how is your school, the Jain International School, Kanpur, is catering to other versatile needs that students have other than academics? Is there any initiative, or your school is only focusing on just that dimension?
Just like I said in my introduction, that we are enjoying school activities even at home. I meant activities as extracurricular activities as well as scholastic activities, academics, and everything. Because this month we have started summer camp where students are given challenge every day, and teachers take up the whole sole responsibility of helping them, and they post videos after that on social networking sites. So students are very much interested and very active in doing all these activities. They have day-to-day activities, daily challenge, brain challenges, and many more. Just like Ananya said that we have yoga and meditation classes, we have also taken those activities as part of our daily schedule, and we also impart or focus on those activities like art, dance, music. We have classes for that also. So in this way, we are not just helping students in the academics, but also to develop their extracurricular activities. So our school is working full-fledgedly in this.
All right, thank you so much. And friends, on your behalf, I'm putting it for all the viewers. कहते हैं साच को आँच क्या, प्रत्यक्ष, प्रत्यक्षम किम प्रमाणम, right? If you can see it with your own eyes, all those who are interested, please do not hesitate in visiting the official Facebook page of each of these schools, be it W. Smith Memorial School or MC Kejriwal Vidyapeeth in Kolkata, or the Jain International School in Kanpur. You will see the pages are full of wonderful activities done by children with the help of the school and the teachers. And for Jain International School, I know that there is a happiness curriculum for a lot of activities is being followed. Same thing is with MCKV and W.S. Smith Memorial School as well. I think all three schools are quite activity oriented, and they have not left that thread even in the lockdown. Now, I would like to take up the conversation here with the question that is being raised by a head of a school to the council representatives, school council representatives, that what do you all feel, that what is the leadership role that school captains can undertake to help bridge gap between school and home? It's a very interesting question. Thank you so much, Indrani ji, for putting this question, and I'm very intrigued by the question. School council has a role. जब स्कूल चलता रहता है तो आपका रोल रहता है. अभी भी स्कूल चल रहा है. It is in an online mode, right? Teachers are doing the job. What can a school council or the captains can take as their role and provide this leadership to bridge the gap between the school and the home? What can be done? Let's brainstorm on this. I think it's a lovely point to be talked about. So I would like to begin with Ankit this time. That Ankit, what is your take? And then I'll go to Ananya and then Tanishta.
So I believe there's a lot the student leadership can do in order to bridge the gap between home and school. Like we have a WhatsApp group on which student leaders of every house contribute their ideas about how the school can be improved, and regarding any activity that the school does at any point of time, there's a discussion on this group. And we at this point of time we have been trying our best to bridge the gap between home and school. There, like though I mentioned, making videos for various events. So it's a job of not only the teachers but also of the student leaders, to reach out to these students and ensure that they take active part in these activities. And not just the students, students have also been used as the funnel for bringing in their parents into these activities. Like mothers and fathers were an integral part of the Mother's Day video, and we have been trying our best. We will surely do more as time comes and more as we get better ideas. But we have been trying our best, and we will also welcome any idea that anybody else has to give us regarding how to better be a better student leader in such a time, and how to better bridge the gap between home and school.
All right. So Ankit feels there's lots that can be done, and there have been some initiative that they've been taking. The student council and Ankit and others have been taking that step in bridging the gap between the two. But then a lot more can be done, and it is just the beginning of the new normal. I was listening to Mr. Gadkari, one of the ministers in the current government, in one of the webinars, and he somewhere made a statement that we will have to now learn the art of living with COVID for some time till we find a remedy. And I think schools, college, parents, students, everyone will have to find a way. And I think, as Indraniji quite rightly raised this issue, even the student council will have to find its role in a new normal. And let us try and take more opinions to help the school management and the student councils of various schools to understand their role in the given current situation. So, Ananya, what is your take that how can a student council, school captains, prefects can have a role at this point of time? Because leaders rise to the occasion, they make themselves counted. So what can student council do in the current times?
Okay. So, us school captains can record our videos and post it online for our juniors and share our experiences and knowledge with them. And then primary workshops, craft workshop is already going on for primary schools, so we can help the teachers out with them as well. So yes, that's how I think we can
So
lend a
you
hand.
think that there can be a lot of messages that can be communicated to the rest of the schools through the student council in the form of written message or posters created or videos by the student council, and talking about and sharing their experience and what they feel can be done, so there can be a thought generation that can take place. All right. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much for that point of view, Ananya. Tanishta, what is your take on it? What can be the role of a student council in this new normal?
Just like Ananya said, we can make videos, posters, write messages on social networking sites. Also, there are many students who are not so free with teachers, or who are not so interactive with teachers, or who feel hesitation to share their views or participate in activities like that. we can promote them, we can bring them to the forefront and help them communicate with the teachers, because there are many students like that who are not so outspoken. So I feel they need the most help. We could extend our help to them, and through videos, through messages like that. We could also help teachers to communicate with the students, those who are not willingly doing things like that. So we can also manage discipline here actually, as far as when video classes are going on. About there are several nuances that any student can do. We can control the discipline here also. So in this way, we can help teachers as well as students in acquiring their best.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Tanishta. So you believe that student council has a role to play, and you
Yeah.
believe that student council can bridge the gap by being may I help you of the school. You know
Yes.
that if and because right now there are a lot of youngsters who are not even comfortable with the using of the technology. So maybe student council can provide them that may I help you to understand the technology, discipline factors being available, and standing up and being counted when somebody is trying to be mischievous at time, because a school, a classroom is a reflection of society. You sometimes have all kinds of people there, and at time we have to choose to ignore some, and we need to make act so that whosoever we can bring about a change as well. And you feel that there is lots that can be worked. If I summarize the recommendations from three of you on this count, to Indrani ji's query about role of student council. Student council at the moment can act as may I help you. Student council can take initiative in tutoring on the how to use the online technology to younger students. They can extend their help and guide and mentor them on that. Can also help in terms of taking the initiative to facilitate and assist discipline while online classes are going on. We'll have to still find how the mechanism has to be worked upon. Student council can also provide messages to keep everyone motivated in this lockdown time, and create videos explaining things, facilitating things. All there can be so many roles that we looked at, and if in 2 minutes or 5 minutes of taking up a question we can come up with so many roles and responsibility, I'm sure once the student council can request, and I would request all of you to, when you go back, talk to your management and your heads of the institution, organize a meeting of the student council and see that what can be done and what kind of initiatives can be taken to help and assist the school and the students in this time and be a bridge between all of them. So, and I think student council, as you all were saying, can be a great bridge between the new term which is coming up is parent bullying of the teachers. You people can tell कि भाई हमारे टीचर को अंग्रेजी उतनी अच्छी नहीं आती, उनका प्रोनाउंसिएशन उतना अच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन वो मैथ्स फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं. And don't analyze them on the subjects otherwise, because not everyone is with the same language command and others, and I think people need to get the right perspective there. So I think there's lots that can be done. Thank you so much, you all have been wonderful. One last, anything you would like to use this platform to share with the students of your school and school of the country and the world, because you are watched across the globe, because that's the power of online media, being on internet. We are not restricted by the boundaries. So what message you would like to give to the younger generation, the schoolgoers or otherwise, to parents, to anyone, each one by one? And this time I would like to start from Kanpur and reach to Kolkata. So, can I ask Tanishta to share a message for parents and the students if you would like to share anything?
Uh, yes, sir. Firstly, I would like to thank teachers, the management of the school, because they managed it so swiftly, so fastly, and they did it so well and helped all the students to acquire the academics as well as enjoy their school activities. I'd like to first thank teachers and management for that, because teachers, they work day and night now. It's not just that they bring a book into the class and teach, because now they are making videos, they are constantly interacting with students online. So it's a very hectic job. Like anytime we can come online and interact with students now. So teachers are doing it 24 hours, and also the management. So I'd like to first thank all of them, no matter which school they belong to, because every teacher all over the country is really doing hard to inculcate values, moral values, as well as complete the syllabus, and also make sure that the school activities are taking place. So they play a very important role. So big thank you to all of them. So as far as the students are concerned, the students like if they should learn qualities like self control now, because that is very important. Because when we get a notification on our screen, most of the students, they get distracted. So this pandemic has brought to us more to learn also. We as students can also spread awareness, those who are aware enough, like those who are in the middle school or high school. They are well aware about the pandemic, so we can spread awareness, we can do our social responsibilities as well as we should make sure that we are controlling ourselves and not be much on the social networking side. It is personally for me also, for every one of us, in fact. So that's what I would like to say. And for parents, I would say that this online platform has got a golden opportunity for parents, because most of the parents, they don't spend much time with their children these days, especially pre-primary kids. They send their children to school, and that's it. They are completely oblivious about what they're doing at school, or how is their schooling going on. And now they are very much integrated into the whole system of the school also, and they're knowing about what their children are doing. So this is the biggest golden opportunity for parents, because it is important for parents to know what their child is doing. And also for classes, for high school, middle school, parents have to be more attentive. So we, in a way, we are also learning family values, spending more family time. So in a way, this is beneficial for all of us. So I'd like to thank the everyone in the system. That would
All
be my
right.
message to
Thank
all.
you so much. That's so beautifully summed up and shared, and compliments to your attitude of gratitude and the sense of reason and logic in you that you have demonstrated today, Tanishta. We now would like to hear any message, Ananya, that you would like to share to all the viewers on this platform.
Yes, sir. Tanishta has highlighted the hard work of all the teachers, so definitely I'd like to extend my gratitude to the teachers for their hard work. I mean, they all are working harder than the normal days, so they deserve all the credits and applause uh, for everything they are doing for our students. They have successfully beaten down this corona crisis, and they have made education available for us even in the lockdown. So a big fat thank you to all the teachers across India for helping us students. And then to the students, I'd like to say that I'd like to quote Max Ehrmann from Desiderata that in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. And with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, this world is still a beautiful place. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ananya, for being so poised and balanced and having such a rational view about every aspect of the new normal that you shared with us today. Thank you so much. Ankit, what message you would like to share using this platform to the world?
First of all, thank you to all the teachers and everyone in involved in the process of making education online, getting education online, and making sure education reaches everybody. And I have a message for the students, for youngsters everywhere, that you are the source of hope for the world, and please do not lose hope yourself, because you will be the ones driving this generation forward. You will be the one who will be converting the coming era into one of prosperity, one of happiness. And so please don't lose hope. Take pride in the fact that you are learning so many things online, and try give your best to make this world a better place. And thank you to you, sir, for giving us a platform to express ourselves, express our views in a world where our voice is seldom listened to. And thank you, sir.
It's
Thank you,
really
everyone.
it's really my pleasure to host three of you. Trust me, it's been a learning experience for me, and I think जो लोग कहते हैं कि सीखा किसी से भी जा सकता है, I have learned a lot. I've learned that at this age and stage of your life, you got so much of clarity and perspective, and that is why probably you are also the captain and representing your student council on behalf of your school. So thank you so much for being part of our show. And of course, whenever we are going to get students or student representatives or captains, you will get certified by the school times as well, which will you'll get the e-certificates reaching out to you soon. You all three of you were fabulous, fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed the experience being in the show, A Word with a Word. And thank you so much, each one of you. And you were all amazing. I can see that so much of love and affection being, other than one or the naughty statement that came from some corner. But then otherwise, everyone is being appreciative and very, very positive about all that you have been seeing, and I'm sure you'll get to see it after the broadcast gets over, that what how much love and affection being showered on you from across the country. So thank you so much for being with us, friends. You were watching launch of A Word with a Word on Ed Talks with Amitabh. The three captains, the three student council representatives from different parts of the country, they showed that they have an opinion and they want to be counted. And why not? We are talking about them when we talk about schooling and education. And here you had a representative point of view from three corners of the country. We are going to have many more such interactions with young and the old, everyone, because in this platform, A Word with a Word, from now on, every Saturday, 4 p.m., we are going to have a dialogue on an issue with the people with whom and to whom it matters and it concerns. Today's broadcast, launch broadcast, was sponsored by Human Learning Systems India, HLS India, an organization promoting human resources through training, counseling, and consulting. Please stay tuned on Ed Talks Monday and A Word with a Word on Saturday, 4 p.m., only on the school times. Till then, take care. God bless.